SUVs have become the top choice for many drivers, taking over the roads with their versatility and practicality. However, not all SUVs are built the same. Some are excellent investments, while others come with a host of problems that make them a nightmare to own. If you're thinking about buying an SUV in 2025, it's essential to know which models are worth your money and which ones you should avoid at all costs. Hey everyone, this is Scott from CarlandTV. In today's video, I'll be revealing the 2 worst SUVs that could cause you endless headaches, as well as 3 of the best SUVs that are truly worth your investment in 2025. Before we dive in, I would really appreciate it if you could tap those buttons below, the subscribe button, the notification bell, all of them. It's not mandatory, but those little clicks go a long way in supporting the channel and motivate me to keep bringing valuable car content straight to your screen. Now fasten your seatbelts and let's get into it. First up, let's talk about the SUVs you should definitely steer clear of. Chevrolet Tahoe. I want to start with something controversial. And no, this is not just for baiting you. There are actually several reasons to avoid the Tahoe, especially if you are looking for a high-quality 3-row SUV. The Tahoe officially entered its 5th generation with the release of its 2021 variant. Of course, there were stellar improvements from the 5th generation of Tahoe as compared to its predecessor. For example, its V8 engine is downright powerful and is capable of towing up to 8,000 pounds. The improvements were continued to the 2023 Tahoe. It offers more space, better athleticism, and an engaging road demeanor. Despite these perks, you should think twice about buying this SUV. Let's have a rundown. The 2021 Tahoe had significant engine problems, and it suffered a problematic drive system. It's also worth noting that its in-car electronics and structural integrity were brought into question. Meanwhile, the 2022 Tahoe had resolved some of those problems, but its in-car electronics sunk to a new low. Things aren't faring well, even for its 2023 model year. Troubles with its exhaust and drive system still persisted. Alarmingly, Consumer Reports mentioned that the reliability of the 2024 Tahoe is predicted to be lower than that of other brand-new counterparts. So, while the Tahoe has a reputation in the market, I suggest that you skip this one entirely. Hyundai Kona. By all means, the current Kona is still in its 1st generation. The 2024 model year of this SUV is the first one that should come for the 2nd generation, placing the Kona in a good spot. This fact signifies that further improvements could still be implemented or introduced on the Kona. If you get what I'm implying, then you are pretty smart. You see, the Kona ranks low when it comes to reliability among the subcompact segment. Ever since it was introduced in 2018, the highest reliability rating it got is 3 out of 5, and that was the 2021 model year. Essentially, this means that the Hyundai Kona is a meh vehicle in the grand scheme. Things got even worse in Kona's 2022 and 2023 model years. Both of them got an average of 2 out of 5 predicted reliability based on Consumer Reports data. Some issues that particularly concern these vehicles include the steering, in-car electronics, suspension, and electric motors. I am highly hoping that Kona's 2024 model year will feature better performance and reliability factors. Otherwise, you would really need to wait for a few more years before Kona will get rid of its problems. Now that I got that covered, allow me to recommend some SUVs that you should buy this 2025. 2025 Mazda CX-90. Edmunds has put the 2025 model of the CX-90 into the pedestal this year because of its harmonious integration efficiency and performance in an upscale assembly. This particular model year features the first use of a hybrid powertrain, which uses a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine in combination with electric motors, allowing the thing to generate up to 219 horsepower. The acceleration is quite decent, but the powertrain maintains an awesome 38 miles per gallon combined fuel economy, which is a lot of MPG if you ask me. Edmunds also noted that Mazda's commitment to ensuring that its cars have dynamic handling shines through the CX-90, and I really concur with that. I got the chance to drive multiple CX-90s, and their chassis and suspension were really finely tuned. Their steering is responsive, and I expect the same thing with the 2025 CX-5. The way it drives is something that you can't experience on other SUVs in its class. So whether you're traversing your neighborhood or cruising the country roads, the 2025 CX-90 will be a good ride. The interior of the CX-90 is definitely premium. You can't just argue with that. given that Mazda is gearing to close the gap between its production cars and the luxury segment. Its cabin is particularly cavernous for its size and confidently takes 5 adult occupants. The tech isn't Spartan either, with features like blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert being offered as standard. 2025 Chevrolet TrailBlazer. Edmunds rated the Chevy TrailBlazer as the leader in the compact SUV segment, superseding the likes of the Honda CR-V and Mazda CX-90, for example. That goes to show how seriously underrated this Chevy SUV is. Of course, I don't think that it should be the case. After all, the 2025 model of the TrailBlazer has a compelling combination of versatility, advanced technology, and distinctive design. Under its hood, the SUV can offer either of its 2 turbocharged 3-cylinder engine options. One is a 1.2-liter machine that makes 137 ponies, and the optional one is a 1.3-liter engine that cranks up to 155 horsepower. The 1.3-liter model also has an all-wheel drive setup and a 9-speed auto, which makes it a better, higher-value choice than its base engine. But in the grand scheme, I can already see that these figures will not impress thrill seekers. But of course, the TrailBlazer wasn't even built to cruise the freeways, so its low horses are pretty much understandable. Where the TrailBlazer truly shines is its distinctive design and customization options. Take a look at its active trim, which is the highest trim of the TrailBlazer. Priced around $28,000, this trim fashions the TrailBlazer with rugged aesthetics and distinct exterior accents. It also has an off-roading suspension that allows the SUV to carve through beaten paths. Meanwhile, the RS model, which is similarly priced as the Active, keeps the TrailBlazer sporty by matching black and red colorways on its exterior and interior, respectively. Plus, its ground clearance elevates with its 19-inch wheels. And the TrailBlazer offers a range of driver assistance techs, like its Chevy Safety Assist, which packages essential safety mechanisms such as automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, and forward collision alert. Overall, Edmunds is correct in rating this SUV as a high-value deal for its asking price. 2025 Kia Telluride. Oh, the Kia Telluride. This one doesn't require any second thinking. In fact, when it was first introduced, I already had the feeling that the Telluride was the SUV. But why is that? There are tons of reasons, but I can narrow them down to the most important ones. First and most crucial is the comfort factor. Comfort has always been a hallmark of the Telluride, and its 2025 model has surprised us by elevating this factor a step higher. The cabin offers 3 rows of seating, and these aren't cramped at all. Both the legroom and headroom are generous for adults. Plus, you'd be blind if you didn't notice the premium appointments and high-quality materials all over the interior. Things would even be better if you are going to opt for the optional Napa leather upholstery and real wood trim, as they make the interior a lot more comparable to luxury SUVs. Kia has also refined the suspension for an even smoother ride. Of course, I am not saying that the suspension is perfect, but let's just say that it can calm road imperfections so that every time the SUV drives, it won't cause hell on its passengers. Now, to the mechanicals. The 2025 model of Telluride retains its reliable 3.8-liter V6 engine, so it still delivers up to 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. This performance is enough to allow the SUV to tow up to 5,500 of weight. The engine is then paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, which is a guaranteed smooth shifter. Kia also offers an improved all-wheel drive system with selectable drive modes, allowing the Telluride to handle and conquer off-roads and beaten terrains with such impeccable reliability. And that completes our list. Thanks for sticking to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and share buttons. I know it's a chore, but it helps the channel a lot. Until next time, drive safely.